All right, I've got this boxing scene article here, and it's with regards to Tyson Fury. I'm going to quote the title here. Fury not bothered by loss of IBF title for rematch with Oleksandr Usyk. Tyson Fury is unconcerned about his rematch with Oleksandr Usyk losing its status of being an undisputed heavyweight title fight, according to his manager Spencer Brown. Yeah, so here, I'll read this, right? So I'll read what Spencer Brown has to say here. I'll quote him here directly. He's been on various holidays to places. He doesn't go to extravagant places. He went to Chester the other day. I saw him at the weekend in Blackpool the other day with the kids. He's not an extravagant guy. But as for the belts, it is what it is. It's a boxing match. He will become undisputed champion. We're 1-0 down. It's halftime. There's a second half. You got to remember, Usyk's team, the greatest team in the world, they graciously took up the rematch, and it's just another fight. To Tyson, it's another fight, and one he will win. Belts are leather and metal, aren't they? Do you wake up in the morning and think, I want to see that fight, but it's not for undisputed? Does it change your mind? It's a shame, but that's the way it is. It's life. It is what it is. Let somebody else step up and be world champion. Tyson's not bothered. He goes on to say, what I've seen from Tyson, I've spoken to him and had lengthy discussions with him. He's really up for this fight, he explained. It's not about money, even though he's mentioned in the past that it is about money, but hey, it's not about good times. It's not about this. It's not about that. It's about him winning and taking back what he believes is his right, and he wants his championship back. It doesn't matter anymore. All he wants to do is win. Forget the money, forget everything. From what I've seen, he's very focused on getting that victory back. He clearly hasn't seen that video of him, face planting the pavement in Morecambe. I'm just saying. Those are the words of Spencer Brown. So, he is saying that Tyson Fury, the belt means nothing. Now, Fury has a particularly poor relationship with the IBF in particular. Because the IBF were the ones who, when he beat Vladimir Klitschko in Dusseldorf all those years ago, they had a mandatory in place, which was Vyacheslav Glasov. And it was basically, if Klitschko had beaten Fury, he would have went straight into a defense against Vyacheslav Glasov. Obviously, he didn't beat Tyson Fury. Fury was to be beyond mandatory for that fight. The problem was, and at the time, this was unprecedented. At the time, Tyson Fury was one of the very few people who was mandatory who had to sign a rematch clause. And, back then, when the Klitschko's, certainly Vladimir, was at the peak of his powers. I mean, people want to say, Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, the deals aren't great. No. Those Klitschko deals were something else. I mean, they were literally paying these guys. Some of those guys were getting six figures, which, to guys like Alex Leopold, that's got to be amazing. But for a heavyweight title fight, that's, and Klitschko's getting the lion's share of the purse. It's over in Germany. I think with Pulev, he had to wear gloves he wasn't comfy in, the spongy canvases. You look at the Povetkin fight. I mean, Louis Pavon, who was, again, normally a reasonably good referee, seemed to forget everything that night. So, yeah, back then it was bad. So you kind of had to adhere to whatever Klitschko wanted. If you wanted to have the fight in Dusseldorf, that's where you had it. If you wanted a rematch clause, that's what you had to do. You had to give up so much just to get that fight. Even if you were mandatory, it was absolutely horrific. And Klitschko was so talented, he didn't need to do any of that. But when he beat Klitschko, he obviously had the rematch. That got triggered by Klitschko. It meant that he couldn't defend against Vyacheslav Glasov, so the belt got vacated, or stripped, I should say, from Tyson Fury. I can see why he was upset, and I can't really blame him, to be fair. But I suppose you could say, did he really have to sign the rematch clause? So Spencer Brown saying that Tyson Fury, he doesn't care about the IBF title. With the way Fury's been talking, you see, Spencer Brown is saying one thing, but Fury in recent interviews is kind of making me question what Spencer Brown is saying. He's saying Tyson Fury is focused, this, that, and the other. Well, I know a lot of people would say, there's nothing wrong with going and having a few drinks. Well, in theory, yes, there isn't. But again, you have a fight with Oleksandr Usyk coming up in 6 months' time. He's already preparing Oleksandr Usyk, and you're going to have to basically, essentially detox. And he's saying he's already, going, I know he's not going a million miles away. I mean, Chester's on the border with Wales, and I think Blackpool is actually not too far from Morecambe. I don't think it is. I think it's that part of England anyway. But still, you would imagine that he would be just, primed and focused. And Fury is just talking about, oh, well, I'm not going to get the decision because Oleksandr Usyk, what, the conflict. I have to go for a knock. All this, that, and the other. And I think the fact now that it's not undisputed, I don't know. A lot of people like Just Another Boxing and Outmatch are saying things like they don't believe at all that this rematch happens. And I don't know. Maybe with me, I don't know. When I hear of a fight being talked about or signed for, I like to believe we will get it. With this one, I could easily envision a scenario where we get to the end of the year and Oleksandr Usyk is potentially retired and Tyson Fury is getting ready in early 2025 to fight the winner of Joshua Dubois. I could honestly see a situation where that happens. Maybe for a vacant piece of a title, maybe for a WBC title, a vacant WBC title, and the winner's IBF title. I don't know, but I could envision that happening. Because I think with Tyson Fury, for me, it just seems like he's trying to instill that doubt in people's minds still, that it was a close fight, that he got jobbed on the scorecards, and that what's the point in having this rematch, because for one, it's not going to be for Undisputed, and two, I'm not going to get a decision anyway because of what's going on in Oleksandr Usyk's home country. So, I really don't. I look at what Spencer Brown is saying there, and a lot of people really don't like Spencer Brown. And to be honest with you, where the hell did he come from? Because I don't remember ever hearing about Spencer Brown ever until they said the Usyk fight was signed for. I think that was September last year, is when he kind of made his appearance onto the world stage. Other than that, I mean, I have literally never seen this guy, heard his name mentioned in boxing circles, anything, because I don't know where he came from. And that's what he's saying. Yeah, well, when I hear there's going to be a press conference for Usyk Fury 2 where we get a little bit more clarification on this rematch, because right now it is technically down for December the 21st, but that's still a long way away in real time. Let's see what happens between now and then. But he's saying that the IBF title now being vacated by Oleksandr Usyk, Tyson Fury's not bothered. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Tyson Fury will go ahead with this rematch after all? Or do you think Spencer Brown is just saying whatever? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed the video, people. Smash the like button. If you could, hit subscribe as always if you haven't already. We're halfway. I forgot to mention, actually, we're over 19,500. So nearly less than 500 away from 20k. Boom. AB special coming up at 20k. I'll leave it there. Peace.